everybody, I'm Erin Gleason. My kids are Tyler, age 7, and Brenna is 9. We homeschool, so our schedule's a little different than most, but when I get up, I always get dressed in my workout clothes. If I don't work out first thing in the morning, I usually don't get around to it. And by the evening, I'm just too tired and flat don't want to. So getting up and getting it out of the way is the best way that I fit it in. And then with us homeschooling, we spend a lot of time outside. Tyler especially needs some outside running time before we try to do any official schoolwork. So we will either walk the trails behind our house or walk up and down the street for just a few minutes. And then we also have a lot of older people on our street. And when we see them outside, we like to run over and say a quick hello. A lot of them are the elderly people that live alone, and so they appreciate a little bit of company, even just for a moment. So especially now coming into summer and it getting so hot, I like to be in workout gear when I have to sweat a whole bunch. So getting my day started that way, this really helps me be ready to get outside and do a quick run if the kids need to expend energy, or if in a normal time we're meeting friends at the park in the afternoon. I'm already dressed for the occasion. So my kids are old enough that if I need to get cleaned up to go anywhere, I'm comfortable, taking a shower without having to keep eyes on them all the time. And if they aren't getting along, they just play separately in their rooms and we're good to go.
Hi, I am Tanya from the marriage panel that we had last month, and I used to get dressed down to my shoes every day when the kids were little, because the fly lady told me to, and she was right, that it would make me feel more prepared for my day, ready should something change and we had to leave the house or got an opportunity to meet someone for lunch, I was ready. And she was right. It did make me more prepared and just ready for the day. In this season of quarantine that we're living in right now, I have a 14 and a 16-year-old at home, and I am doing my very best to get ready and dressed for my day every day, because I think that it helps my kids. If mom doesn't look quite so haggard, or mom looks a little bit positive and motivated and ready for the day, then I think that it will translate to them as well. And I have seen a difference in my 16-year-old. She's gotten out of her pajamas in the last few days and is doing her hair and putting on some mascara, and I think that makes her feel better. And if she feels better, then I feel better. And so it just encourages all of us that we're just going to do the best that we can, and not fall into maybe the trap of despair. And I just feel better when I get a little ready for my day. Thanks.
Hey y'all, my name's Beth Foster. For those of you who don't know me, I'm going to talk for just a minute about the importance of getting dressed every day. As you can see, this is a pretty normal outfit for me: a t-shirt, some Nike shorts, and socks and tennis shoes. It's nothing fancy because my life is pretty crazy. We have 3 boys and a little girl, so we spend a lot of time outdoors playing, kind of running errands or bringing kids, picking up from school. In this season of life, something that has just become really important to me is finding time every day to work out. It helps me to feel better, helps my mental health. I feel like it helps me to be a better mom. So I find that when I start my day by getting dressed in a way that is going to support our lifestyle, which is pretty much spent mostly at home right now, I just feel better. Obviously, I would prefer to have clean hair and some kind of makeup on my face, but that doesn't happen every day, especially right now in quarantine life. But yeah, so I try to get up most morning before my kids and get dressed just because it helps me to kind of start our day and kind of have a purpose and a plan. I know that if I am dressed to work out and be outside, then I'm going to more likely do those things. So anyways, that's just probably how you're going to see me most of the time. Nothing fancy. I do occasionally when the kids are at Mother's Day out, and I have a few extra moments. I do like to shower and fix my hair and do those kind of things, but it doesn't happen every day for me. So I don't know if this helps anybody. I hope it does. I hope that y'all are doing well, and yeah, just enjoying the beautiful weather and time with your kids. Bye, y'all.
Hi there, I'm Rachel Atkins, and this is Landry Joe, who wants to be in the video today. So we are here just to briefly share with you the reasoning behind why we get dressed every day in the morning. For me, I'm a goal-oriented person, and as such, it can be difficult to stay at home and not necessarily get a sense of productivity with the house. Having little children around, we don't always get to see the fruit of our labor each day. And so getting dressed is something tangible that, you know, I can see that gives me a sense of order, almost like making the bed every morning. You know, you start the day off strong with a success that you can see. Also, getting dressed and making the bed, as that example, for our children, you know, I expect my kids to make their beds and to get dressed in the morning, and so I want to be an example of that as well. It helps me to start the day feeling like I've been successful and responsible. For me, getting dressed is kind of like a discipline, something that is an outer practice that molds or impacts my heart on the inside, and just helps me to be in a positive mindset for the rest of the day by starting off with my best foot forward. Another example of just how clothing and your outer person impacts the inner person for me, I think of labor and delivery, because when I show up at the hospital, you know, for my 3 kids that I've had, I immediately let them know I'm not wearing that gown for labor and delivery, because for me it's, you know, a bit of a marathon that we're about to do, a very painful marathon, and so I need to feel equipped and empowered by what I'm wearing. And if I put on a frumpy hospital gown, it doesn't do it for me. So I bring a nursing sports bra and a tennis skirt with the shorts cut out. And I feel, you know, athletic and empowered and strong and up for the task of birthing a baby. So it's kind of similar for the way that it shapes our hearts whenever we get dressed in the morning. And finally, for me, getting dressed in the morning is a way of serving my husband, even though, you know, he would prefer himself to be in sweatpants and a t-shirt all day long, and many times he does, as his job allows that. For me, it's almost like an exciting sense of, hey, let me be pretty for my husband. Put on, you know, mascara and concealer and put a little sparkly headband in my hair, even though I'm going to have it pulled back because I'm going to be chasing kids and I'm going to be playing outside. And I always put earrings on, just little stud earrings. But this is my typical attire for staying home during the day. Just, you know, a nicer t-shirt, usually with a v-neck, stretchy capris, my hair pulled back out of my face, earrings, mascara, and concealer, and my watch. And that is typically what I wear on a day running around at home. So, anyway, hope you're encouraged and look forward to see what you guys have for your reasons for getting dressed every day.